Candidate+Tony Jenkins. I'm a retired city firefighter from Layton. I was presently, just right now, doing nothing, just taking it easy, retired, I think, for a while. I'm getting ready to get active again in the fire service as a volunteer. I'm running for District 4. I've been in the education system for 8 years on the board and took 4 years off and come back this year. I want to make a difference, see what we can do to change things. Maybe some things need to be polished a little bit. I won't know until I get in there to see what's up that we know that needs to be changed, but we're going to do our best to make a difference for our children. Top priority is always your children. And every time your children is always your top priority. I appreciate your support.
Thank you all. This is a question for BOE candidates. BOE sets its own ethics policies and has its own ethics enforcement, if any. So it's bound by its own willingness of its own members to actually not only develop it, but make it stick, have it happen. And 3 incumbents and 1 former BOE member who are running this November have been embroiled in some ethics controversies. And I'd like to know how each of you would propose to hold your fellow board members accountable for the ethics policy that's written, already existing in the book.
I believe in ethics also. I know it's the state of North Carolina does not have any board of ethics. North Carolina State, they may have education, may have ethics, but they don't enforce them. They're not allowed to come to your jurisdiction and enforce anything. In other words, if I turn to the state right now and ask them for help on something a board member was doing or is doing, they'd tell you it's not my problem. I guarantee you that. Maybe they won't now, but they did in the past. And they don't get involved. But locally, it needs to be clear, black and white. No ifs, ands, and buts. If you set it down on a piece of paper, of course, paper's no good more than what you can write on it. But if you write it down, and it's stated, and it's passed, and it's agreed upon by all board members, then you have to do something with the board member if they're unethical about something. You have a policy to go back to, making adjustments. If a policy of a board member is doing something and they need time out, you know, there's different policies you can make to help a board member to struggle, get through the, say, a challenge they may be going through. If they need off 2 months, hey, you know, let's try to work with them to get their stuff back together and make a policy that allows that. But if you have it open and out in word, oh, I'm going to give you 3 months off, you take it off, that means nothing but a hill of beans. But your word should be good, and your ethics should always be above all. And don't put your, like I said, don't put the teachers and staff members out there if you're not going to do it. Just be ethical and don't sway. Be ethical.
And for BOE again, if you have BOE experience, what outcomes can you point to specifically that you personally initiated to improve education in Lincoln County schools? If you do not have BOE experience, what will you propose specifically to improve education in Lincoln County schools?
Back when I was on the board, we went through policies. Policies hadn't been up to current in 2000, and it was current with the day's laws and stuff like that. We went through the many sessions of going through policies and setting policies right and get them on track, up to date. We brought in school improvement teams, which teachers were really pleased to have, even during its construction time. They were amazed that they were even asked a question as to how they wanted their schools. They would sit at our meetings and they would say, "Why are you asking us?" I said, "Because you're going to be working there, not me. You're going to be working in that environment. What do you need? What can we do to make the school better?" So we brought in those teams, and I think that was really a big plus for us. Getting back to construction, bringing those people in, that really helped a whole lot. Getting them involved, even the having the teachers involved really made it good for us because we felt they were part of the team as well. They knew what they needed. They knew how the schools needed to be. They felt comfortable with us, and we felt comfortable. Implementing the policies again, changing construction. That's about it right there.
Heavy smoke near